Welcome back, everyone. I know it's been a while, but there's been nothing to work on. But today we do have an issue with my Dodge Dart, 2015 Dodge Dart GT again. The issue today is I have a check engine code for the thermostat, and basically in this car you can't just change the thermostat, which is in here. You have to change the whole housing, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So right now I have the car up on ramps so we can get under and drain the coolant. First thing you need to note, normally you need to remove or partially remove the closeout panel underneath. Mine is already off because it's damaged. I am in the process of getting a new one. Just go around, if yours is still on the car, and remove all the appropriate bolts to get this out. Next, going under the car, okay, so under the front of the car, right here is the petcock. I've already partially opened it, make it a little faster, but get yourself some pliers and you're gonna just keep twisting until coolant starts coming out, as you can see right there. Alright, we have our coolant draining now. Just nice and slow, doesn't need to be fast because we're not working on here for a while, pulling any tubes out, and we don't want to make a mess. So alright, now to the top of the car. Alright, next thing we need to do is remove the battery. First the ground. Okay, we got the ground done. Next we're going to want to do the fastener right here. Alright, there we go. Close it up. Okay, now that we have the negative and positive undone, next we need to remove the battery retainer. Down there is a 10mm. We'll remove that. Alright, there we go. Here we have that fastener. I apologize for the neighbors mowing. Hopefully y'all can't pick that up too much. Okay. And there we go. It's a long fastener. Put that right there for now. We'll grab the retainer, and the battery should just come right out. So, there we go. Alright, well now we have the battery out. So before we continue, there's something I just want to say. If you feel like you can do this without taking out a bunch of this stuff, that's totally up to you. For me, it's a couple of things. I just like making things easier for myself versus fighting. Also, I need to make a bit more room for y'all to see exactly what I'm doing. So I am going to be removing these things, but honestly it's just a bunch of fasteners and taking this stuff out. So in the long run it's going to be a lot easier for yourself. So now that we have the battery out, we need to take off the different fasteners holding it down. There's a ground here. We're going to undo these, and we'll get this battery box up. Alright, now that we got these connectors off, we're going to work on the fasteners for the battery box. There's going to be one right here. There is one right back here, and one right back here. Hopefully y'all can see that. From what I can tell, this section is separate from down there. If that's the case, that's perfect. That means we don't have to take the whole thing out to get this out. So let's give that a shot now. 1, 2. Alright, and there's 3. Now let's see what we need to do to get this piece out here. Looks like there's some plastic retainers back here. Let's get our panel clips out. There we go. You can use this, but this is a lot better. Gives you the leverage that you need. There's one. All right, and okay, looks like there's one more right back over here. Let's stick that down and pull. Perfect. All right, there's that out of the way. Okay, now that the battery box is out of the way, more than likely at this point you yourself trying this can get in here and do what you need to do. Right here, come on, focus. There we go. Right here and down here are these side are the closer side bolts for the thermostat housing, and on the back side in the about same spot are the others. You can get in here with yourself. However, I think to make it easier, and at least for me for filming, I'm going to remove this, and then I think I'm going to need to remove the throttle body right here, and then that'll give a lot more access. And again, it's just a few bolts, so if you take the extra 30 minutes here, you might be saving yourself 2 hours in the long run. So that's what I highly recommend, but it's up to you. So now for removing the fuse box, let's go ahead and open up. This one's never easy to do. Alright, there's a lid. You might be wondering, you're not going to have this on your car. This is for my amp. But maybe you have an amp and you put yours right there. If so, great job. Next, looking in here. Alright, so it's held down pretty good. It looks like there's a fastener here, here, and here that we need to move. And then there's going to be the usual electrical tabs and stuff. So it looks like, let's start with our electrical stuff, getting it loose, and then we'll unscrew everything. Alright, so looking at everything here, there's a panel clip on the outside here. Let's remove that. There is one on the inside here. There's that. Okay, that's all loose. Looks like we need to remove this guy. We might not be able, we might not have to take that up. Oh yeah, okay. We do need to remove this one, so let's get under here, kind of lift up. Alright, there we go, we got that one. Alright, that's loose now. Now that that's loose, it looks like we can take this guy off, so let's push this connector down, pull it apart. Bingo, there we go. Alright, that's good there. Coming around. Alright. Oh, there's one on this side. Can y'all see that? Yeah, there's one right here. Perfect. All right, that's all loose now. All right, I don't see any more wires connected, grommeted wise. So let's get our 10mm and remove these several fasteners here. One. Two. All right. You don't have to remove these back ones all the way. That one anyways, the box is slotted, but let's get this one. There we go. All right, this is loose now, but let's look around here and see. All right, so we need to snake a couple of these wires from, we need to snake a couple of the wires here up through out of this box. Let's go ahead and do that. I believe these are 8mm. Yes, they are. I just want to point out, I'm probably going to have a few extra connectors than you. I have a couple extra things wired up to the car here. Okay, got the 10mm on this post removed. I'm gonna have a couple extra things hooked up that y'all may not have hooked up. So, all right, we got these guys off. This one is what runs through the box, and then we need to use an 8mm and get this guy off of here. All right, so it looks like the fastener comes with this. It doesn't come out. All right, those are loose now, and this guy's loose, so we can just leave it as is. We need to snake the wires up inside. Perfect. Bingo. All right, now, as you can see, our box is out. Perfect, and that gives us a load of room here. And it is a bit of a jumbly mess of wire, so maybe we can tuck some of this away. Doesn't really seem like it. This one we can probably tuck up. Let's tuck that up there. Put these back over here. Actually, might bungee this out of the way. Yeah, let's bungee that one out of the way. Okay, so I got that bit bungeed back, and I'm looking here at the space I need, and I'm thinking it's going to be best to remove the throttle body. So what we need to do now, so for the darts that have the engine cover that's screwed on, this is how this is going to go. There's going to be a clamp on this side, a clamp on that side, a connector here, and this whole assembly is going to come out. If your engine cover didn't have the screw downs, your air cover is going to be included in that engine cover, and that will already be out, so you don't have to do this step. We're going to remove this connector, push down and pull. Perfect. And then this one we will get out down here. And last but not least, there's a 10mm right here just to unscrew. There we go. Now, normally, if this is your first time getting in the engine, there is a retaining clip on this little bit here. However, I've been in here for a couple other projects, and this retaining clip's broke, so it's not a big deal. There we go. And just like that, the air tube is out. Alright, here we're looking at the throttle body. It appears there's just a couple of fasteners holding it down here. There's a nut on a stud here, and one more fastener back there. So let's get to that. So that's what that back corner one is. It's a fastener with a stud on it. There you go. Okay. Star bit. Alright, that should be the last fastener. Yep, and there comes the throttle body. So now let's pull this red lever back. Pull down, push down, and pull this fastener. There we go. Alright, and there is the throttle body. Alright, we finally got our room we need. We're going to work on taking off this hose clamp first. So basically what we're trying to achieve here is grab some long needle nose or pick or something. We're trying to get up underneath here to break this clamp apart. Might fast forward this a little bit for y'all. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's broken. Yeah, probably a pick is going to be your best friend. Now we're going to open that up. Pull it back till I think it breaks the next section. Okay, so yeah, that was the first part. Now we're going to grab this section here. Probably pry it back up again a little bit. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, that might have did what we needed. Yeah, there's that. And just yank it off. Perfect. And bingo. Got the tricky hose clamp off. Okay. Next, there's this clamp here that holds on some electrical stuff. We just need to kind of pop it off of here. There we go. Alright, that's loose now. To make that a little looser, let's come back here and I guess open this one up. Alright, pull the red tab up. Oh, y'all can't see. Okay. Alright, to get this off the rest of the way here, we need to undo this plug. Let me pull this down so you can see. Alright, I pulled this red piece back right here, and then I'm pushing on the back side, and it should just come off. Should, but I hate electrical connectors. They're all different every single time. A little bit closer view for y'all now. Here's the lock. Just pull that out, and then this is going to the sensor for this thermostat. There's a little piece here. There we go. Alright. So upon undoing, focus. Just when you pull the red bit down, push this black piece right here and it'll come undone. And now that gets this whole, sorry, that gets this whole electrical harness loose and out of the way for us. Alright, next thing we want to do is we're going to try and get the hose here that we removed the clamp on off of the thermostat housing. Try and give it a good yank, twist. If not, maybe get a pick or something underneath to, yeah, that's not going to go anywhere. Let's get a pick underneath to break the seal. Okay. This one's probably, a hook one's probably the best one there. You can get some leverage underneath. There we go. Oh, look at all that dirt under coming out. Alright. Okay. Yeah. I said dirt, more like corrosion, but there we go. yeah, get yourself one of these. Made it a lot easier. Alright, and we're just going to set that aside, just like everything else. Okay, next, for hoses attached to the thermostat housing, you're going to need that same pick tool again, and we need to get underneath this clamp here and kind of pry it up. There's one, there's two. Perfect. Easy as that. So we're gonna get that guy off. Alright, now we're gonna try and get the hose off with the clamp that we just did. Give it a little twist while pulling. There you go. Alright. That guy's off. Yeah, give it a little twist while pulling it. Will definitely save you there. Alright, put that out of the way, just like everything else. And on to the next thing. Alright, looking at the front again, because before I kind of had y'all top down. Looking at the front, here's the hose we took out. If you come back, here's the pipe here, and this here's the hose that I was just removing, that we need to remove. Okay, we're finally getting to the juicy bits here. We're going to work on the fasteners for the front side here. Those are 8mm. The top one is a 10. The bottom one is an 8. There's one. Don't forget which order those are in. So the 10mm was on the top. Okay, I've worked out short 8, 2-inch extension on a 1/4. Probably fits the best here yet. So now just get in there. And just twist it out. And I recommend a magnet just to get it out a little easier. Alright, looking in here now, it appears there's this bracket here. This bottom fastener right here is in the way, so we're gonna need to take this bracket out. Up here's 1, 2, 3, 4 fasteners. These look like 8s on this side, and these look like 10s. To get those out, and then we should be able to get farther down onto the thermostat housing. 1. There's 2. I do not have a ratcheting 10mm, so I get to play the fun game of actually all you gotta do is loosen it. Okay, there we go. I was about to say I get to play the fun game of sit here for 10 minutes, but that was pretty easy. Let's see how this one is. That one was already loose for the most part. So, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, I hope y'all are benefiting from these videos, but also having fun while watching it. Working on cars can be a pain, and honestly, just watching someone else struggle sometimes, or just be funny, can make a video a lot better. So, thank y'all for watching, and if y'all like what y'all have seen so far, please like and comment, let everyone know how helpful the video is, and if you feel like it, subscribe. I know I don't post often, but they're supposed to be helpful videos. So yeah, at that, thank you very much for stopping by. Now, next, it looks let's see here. Okay, so it appears, yeah, that fastener's out. Lastly is the difficult one everyone talks about, way down in the back, right down there. I'm gonna do my best to show y'all, but this is pretty much impossible to film. Alright, I have y'all in the best position I can. This last one is going to be a 10mm. Have a little 2-inch extension with a swivel and a 10 on a 1/4-inch socket. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to come in from the front. I'm going to take my left hand and kind of feed it behind and guide it onto the fastener. I'm going to do my best here. The swivel socket makes it kind of difficult, but once it's on, come on. They make this so difficult. Okay, I'm on. Alright. Was on. I hate this, guys. I really do. Like, I have all the right tools for this, and it's still difficult as all hell. Alright guys, good news. I did get it with the setup I had. Just turns out y'all were kind of in the way of me being able to do this to get the correct leverage and everything I needed. So I've put y'all at the front. As you can see, like it's loose now. It's coming out. Alright guys, there it is. After 15 minutes, the last one. We're all good. It's all loose. There's just one hose left now. I was thinking it'd be kind of easier once this is off to show y'all. Okay, there's the bracket now. Alright, the bracket comes off. And then here's what we've been working for the past hour or so. What's the right way to bring this out? Up and out. Okay, so you might see something here. One of these things are not like the other. Basically, let me show you all. Years ago I did some work in here, and this connector here, following this hose to this one, are known to be very brittle. I was very lazy and didn't replace them. They broke. I was able to just shove the tube all the way down and use hose clamps, and it's been working great so far all these years. Alright, I got the connector loose now. Just pull off the hose, and this is why I was okay doing what I did at the time. It's still very, very difficult. It's a tight fit to get this bugger on and off, so I was okay at the time doing what I did. Wow, yeah, very tight. Let me see if a pick will get it out. Hey everyone, I'm back. It's for me, it's the next day. For you, just a few seconds. However, I needed to get a couple of things based on, if I remember correctly, the last clip that I took. So the last clip, we managed to get this off. And the problem I was having, I couldn't get this hose off. And now I remember what happened. Years ago, I needed to change the brake booster. And to do that, I need to get all this stuff out of the way. And doing that, the connector you probably have on your car, I ended up breaking. All I did was I grabbed a bigger hose, a 9.5mm hose, and shoved it on the end of this connector and tightened it, and it's worked just fine. Now, however, I know what the correct connector is now. It is the Dorman, as I said before, Dorman 800-080 fitting, which is this. It's a modified version of what comes on the car. The one on the car, to get off, you're going to take a pick, lift up a white tab, and you should just be able to pull it out. Now, the main reason is this is plastic, and like I said before, this is brittle and breaks off. and at the time it's not just something I want to deal with. So what I'm going to do, now that I know what the right parts are and everything, I am going to be replacing this hose I added back with the correct size hose and the correct fitting, so that I can get on a level playing field with you guys and get the new part back installed. Alright, I got my replacement hose back on. This is back to the original 5/16 diameter. So if you're in my spot, you've obviously taken off the original hose clamp and everything. Get your hose clamp back on. We'll take our replacement part, we'll shove it in here, and take our hose clamp and tighten it down right at the end. Good, there we go, that's not going anywhere. And now let's look at our new and old parts. Here's our old one, here's our new one. It appears everything is correct and we're good to go on installing the new one. So now for reassembly, I'm just going to show each step but without too much narration, as it's kind of straightforward on getting it back in. So enjoy the quick reinstall backwards. Alright, I roughly have the housing installed, but before we fasten it down, hope y'all can see that down there. Okay, there we go. We need to put the bracket back in because this will only go in while this is kind of loose, so let's do our best here. Let's do this. Okay. All right. After a little bit of trial and error, I'm noticing while trying to straighten up the housing, the bracket wants to keep falling off. So maybe just throw your two little nuts back onto the bracket housing just to kind of keep it where we want it for now. Keep it from falling off, and then we can do the fasteners for the housing. All right, start again. Now that the front ones are in, we're gonna do the back ones. I'm gonna start with the top of the bracket and just work my way down to the most difficult bolt. Do not snug any of these up until you have them all in. Remember, it's 8mm, 8mm. Let's loosen this back up. Give ourselves some more room here to build. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, that is all 4 bracket fasteners in, not tightened. That's 3 of our easy water. That's 3 of our easy housing fasteners down. Now we gotta figure out how to put the last one, and it's gonna be quite tricky. So again, I can't get in here for y'all really. Alright, that last one was actually not that bad to get in. Now, let's just tighten them down in a crisscross pattern, and our housing will be good. One. Two. 3. 4. Now for the brackets. That's one. That's two. And that's three. And then the fourth one was the one we put through the housing. Okay, now it's going to be hoses and connectors. All right, everyone, we got the fasteners in. I don't know if the quality is going to be different right now. My nice camera I was using kept overheating in the 105-degree weather that it is. It was 90 yesterday. I wish I had finished yesterday. So we're on my phone, which I think this does give a better view of everything. There's those installed, and can I get it under there? Yeah, that kind of looks like everything. Anyways, so now I think the best way to do this is going to be working from back to the front. So the first thing we need to do is to take this hose here. Remember, we pulled this white clip off. Just pop it back on the way it goes, and it should just go back on easy peasy. Theoretically. Maybe you gotta slot it the right way. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, just give it a twist. I hope y'all saw that. All right, yeah, just give it a twist as you're putting it on, and it'll go on. Okay, next, let's work on this electrical connector. It might be facing a different way now, but let's get that on. Pop, and good. And then last but not least, the hose we fixed with this Dorman. Just have everything set up, and you should just be able to push it on, and that piece will slide on just fine. Make sure it locks on. And we're good. All right, now for the throttle body. All right, we're just gonna lightly run these down with our fingers. The second one goes back. One, two, three, and I got one. So I just ran those down, but I want y'all to remember these screws are going into plastic. You don't need to tighten them down. Pretty much too hard at all. That's three, and that's four. Okay, so now we're on to the hose. You can go with the original style clamp. That's very admirable of you if you wish to. If not, just go to the store, get one of these guys. Traditional hose clamp. Let's get it on here now. Perfect. I say before we tighten it down, let's put this guy back in place on this side. Okay, there we go. That looks like where it's supposed to go. Good. Next is the fuse box. So, quick pause and me fast forward here. As I'm reinstalling this, I'm realizing you probably don't have to remove the fuse box. I did for two reasons. First, so I could film for y'all. But two, it honestly really does make it that much easier. It's just a few clips and a few screws to take it out, and you have so much more working area here versus trying to make your life difficult. So that's all I gotta say. Next, all the electrical. Okay, I believe the fuse box is in. Now we can get the battery box in. Okay, we got the battery in. There's one thing I need to point out. These connectors here absolutely have to be tightened down well, or you're going to get check engine lights. It's happened to me before. Don't ask me how I know, but yeah, we want to get everything tightened down the best we can. Good. 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 Okay, there we are. We are officially done replacing the thermostat housing in this Dodge Dart. Next, we're going to need to refill the coolant. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Just top it off, run it, let all the air bleed out. But I'll go ahead and do that. So there, everything's complete, back together. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for stopping by. Please let me know if there's if you have any questions or anything I can do better. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the likes, supports, and comments. And if you found the video helpful, give it a like, share it to your Dart friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.